This could change everything for the Edmonton Oilers as we have multiple shocking health updates coming from head coach Kris Knoblauch that suggests that help could be on the way sooner rather than later. And we'll get into that here on the channel. But first, we just hit 3,100 subscribers on the road to 4,000. So for any and all Oiler news, folks, this is the place to be. Hit that button down below for your Oiler content. But without further ado, we're still waiting here, folks, as the wait continues for the other side of the bracket here, the other series, I should say, in the Western Conference, with the Dallas Stars and the Winnipeg Jets to finish wrapping up. Hopefully that one goes the distance, the full 7 games. But for the Oilers, the wait continues. But we here, Oilers Digest, would like to congratulate Sam Gagner on his retirement, and he joins the Ottawa Senators in a player development role, which, makes me feel older than it should. I mean, I grew up watching Sam Gagner. I was a young lad when he got into the league alongside Andrew Cogliano, and not just his shootout moves that were very polarizing to my eyes, trying to figure out just how exactly the game worked, but also his 8-point night in February of 2012, a bright spot in the decade of darkness for these Edmonton Oilers. But better days are better days have come for this team here. But again, congratulations to Sam Gagner on his retirement there. It sucks he couldn't get a cup last year, folks, but hey, what can you do? But on the bright side here, the Oilers have some injury updates here coming from TSN's Ryan Rishaug from Kris Knoblauch's morning presser this morning at Rogers Place. Cal Pickard won't be available early in the series. Hopes for him sometime mid-series. That was the only update on Cal Pickard. But the other big one, which could be very monumental for these Edmonton Oilers, is Mattias Ekholm in the third round. Knoblauch says Ekholm won't be back for game 1 and 2, but he's optimistic he'll be back in the third round. But Knoblauch did, bring a sort of disclaimer to Mattias Ekholm in his return. He said to expect Ekholm, when he joins us, to be the Ekholm we saw in last year in the playoffs. I don't think that's going to be the case, whether that takes him 1, 2, 4, 5 games, whatever it is. I think he'll be able to help us in some aspect immediately. Then that will be up to him. I'm not sure how he's feeling. Obviously, he's not going to be joining us until he's cleared by the doctors and able to play. Now, in Ekholm at 75% is a lot better than a lot of other defensemen around the NHL, so that'll be a huge help for the Edmonton Oilers. I mean, they got past the LA Kings without Ekholm. They got past the Vegas Golden Knights without Ekholm. I mean, many people weren't expecting Edmonton to get past LA without Ekholm, and here we are in the third round expecting the return of our beloved Swedish Viking. I mean, you're adding Mattias Ekholm to an already deep defensive core. You're Kulak, Bouchard, Wallman, Klingberg, and Nurse and Stetcher. I'd imagine we'd see something like, Ekholm, Bouchard, and then keeping the second pairing the same, and then demoting Troy Stetcher to a 7th defenseman role. I mean, he's been fantastic in that spot so far already, alongside Darnell Nurse and B. Nurse in Kulak there. And I mean, that's so much better than the other remaining D pairs, or D cores, I should say, in the Western Conference there. I mean, the Winnipeg Jets, not really a whole lot to write home about. I mean, I've seen a lot of criticism regarding Luke Shen in his role on the team there, being in Winnipeg myself there, so I can kind of get an outsider view from the Oilers inside Winnipeg here. And there's not a whole lot of confidence in this team on the road, the Winnipeg Jets on the road, I should say. And even so, the other side, the Dallas Stars there, alongside Harley and Heiskanen, a fantastic first pair. Again, not really much to write home about with the other 4 defensemen there. I mean, Cody Ceci, unless it's a game 7, he's not really worth having in the lineup there. And again, a lot of other black holes there. I mean, Ilya Lyubushkin, the guy's just a hitting machine, doesn't really do a whole lot else. So for my money, bias aside, I'm taking the Oilers over those 2 other teams when it comes to their defensive depth there. But again, Kris Knoblauch also agrees. Fortunately, we got a group of defensemen right now who are playing really well, and we're not in dire need to insert him when he's not ready. But I think when he does play, it will be beneficial for us. I think the biggest part for us, the 5-on-5 play, yes, but also the penalty kill. He's been a mainstay. He's been our best penalty killer from what I've seen for 2 years. Having him be available for that will be important for us. And the Oilers, out of all the remaining teams, they are the worst penalty kill percentage for every single one of these playoff teams here. And again, in the Vegas series, yeah, they did, show a little promise there, but that LA series just sank them. And not just that, but I mean the power play too. On the road, haven't scored a single road power play goal, so the Oilers need to get their special teams in check here heading into this third round. Meanwhile, all the remaining teams are in the top 5 for PK percentages. I don't think we'll see the Leafs in this list after tonight there, but I mean Dallas, Florida, and Carolina, again, stout defensive teams, and they all have systems that are very successful with the Oilers themselves. I mean, they have a fantastic system that shut down the Vegas Golden Knights in 5 games. And when it comes to comparing the Oilers to the rest of the teams in the playoffs, McDavid says, it's tough to compare. I know we have a good team. We've shown it. We've beaten 2 really, really good teams with LA and Vegas, obviously, and we've done it largely grinding through special teams. The PKs have been battling the power play struggle all series long, and that's a new story for you guys to write to. Always, throwing it back at the Edmonton media there. 5-on-5, we've been really, really good, and that's, the main example I'd like to point out here for the Oilers. The 5-on-5 game, they were fantastic against the Vegas Golden Knights the past 2 games. The 2 shutouts there from Stuart Skinner, the Oilers locked it down and didn't allow a lot of high danger chances. I mean, in the second round here, from natural stat trick, the Oilers have given up the least amount of high danger chances with 36. I mean, you compare that to a team like Carolina, who's been, again, under Rod Brind'Amour, one of the best defensive teams in the NHL, giving up 52 there. And I mean, the Leafs under Craig Berube, again, another defensive coach, giving up 60 to the Florida Panthers. So a lot of credit to the Oilers. And I mean, the Vegas Golden Knights throughout the regular season were the best rush offensive team in the NHL. For the Oilers, only allowing 36. I mean, that is tremendous. That is just, tipping my cap towards Kris Knoblauch. I mean, he's gotten a lot of criticism throughout the season, but I mean, he's shown time and time again that when the going does get tough, he rises to the occasion there. And I mean, not just that, but like I said, 5-on-5, they shut down the Olofsson, Eichel, and Brett Howden line there. So again, a lot of flowers to give to Kris Knoblauch there. Not just that, I mean, all the numbers to back up how good of a defensive team these Edmonton Oilers can be, from the 1-0 overtime win in Game 5 there. I mean, every single one of these players has a positive defensive team rating there, and that is absolutely what you love to see there. And I mean, it also helps when your goalie has 2 back-to-back shutouts there, with Stuart Skinner shutting up the haters. But for these Oilers, I mean, Darnell Nurse even agrees, says it's amazing. I think for our group, obviously coming to the playoffs, we got a lot of belief in each other. Guys really care about the team as a collective. When you go through the playoffs, guys are going to have their moment where there's an opportunity to step up. And one of those guys, Corey Perry, turns 40 today. I mean, he certainly doesn't play like he's 40, but he's a very smart, cerebral player for the Edmonton Oilers, and they love that throughout these Stanley Cup playoffs. From Bob Stauffer here, I mean, brings great gamesmanship and hash marks in, is still a very effective player. Smart, fearless, in old school. And Corey Perry, at the ripe age of 40 years old, second on the team in playoff goals there. 15 different goal scorers for these Edmonton Oilers. That is depth at its finest there, and adding, Matisse Ekholm back to a very deep team makes this Oiler team scary, and they believe in themselves, and a very scary team is a team that has all the confidence in the world. Now for the Oilers, again, they're still having to wait for the remainder of this Jets in Star Series to finish tomorrow night, Game 6 in Dallas there, 7 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Mountain on Hockey Night in Canada. So, I mean, I don't really have anything going on tomorrow night, so I'm going to scout and watch that game and see if the Stars can pull it off in Game 6, or if the Jets win their first road game since 2023 in Vegas there, and push it back to a Game 7. I mean, Connor Hellebuck on the road versus Connor Hellebuck at Canada Life Center at home. I mean, it's 2 different wolves inside of him, and one is just non-existent, and the other one is fantastic. There are 2 shutouts at home for Connor Hellebuck, but just, a pumpkin on the road. So very, very interesting. Again, Jets in Stars tomorrow night, Game 6, as the Carolina Hurricanes also clinched their way into the conference final here. So if the Oilers do get past either one of Winnipeg, Dallas, it could be a rematch of either 2006 or 2024. So a lot of revenge storylines here for the Oilers. I mean, they got their revenge on Dallas last year from the late 90s and early 2000s when, Joe Nieuwendyk and Mike Modano just, rode rampant throughout the Edmonton Oilers, but the Oilers, again, trying to rewrite history. But that is it for today's video. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this Oilers team with Ekholm. Again, would you wait until he's 100% healthy to insert him into the lineup, or am I just crazy and insert him as soon as he can go? I mean, you have to get the guy his cup. You got to get him a bunch of playoff games played to get his name on the cup there. Matisse Ekholm is more than deserving of that. But that, again, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that button down below for any and all Oiler content, and let me know your thoughts down in the comments just about anything about the Oilers, about the rest of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Very curious to see what you all have to say. But take care, have a great weekend, folks. I mean, it's the May long weekend, nothing better than that. I'm Matt, take care.